Party time!
Viva Pinata, filled with fun.
Filled with fun!
Don't enjoy them all. Viva Pinata, filled with fun.
Filled with fun!
Viva Pinata, don't be enjoy.
Carl and Damon here from Brrraains A Head-Banging Life. gbhblofficial for short, and it's Viva Pinata. I don't know the words. I've got to learn the words. Yeah, something like that. It is Viva Pinata, the TV show. They made what into a TV series. Episode 3 of Season 1 with 2 segments. Do not forget that each episode has 2 segments unrelated to each other. For the most part, I think they are. Maybe that'll change later on, but right now it seems like they're completely unrelated, standalone stories. Here we've got legs and Horstachio of a different colour. They are the 2 segments. This aired on August 26, 2006. Did you know that first 4 episodes, we noticed this in the last one, but the first 4 episodes all aired on the same day. All aired on August 26. The next one did as well. So they just pumped them out straight away.
It's a bit odd.
Maybe it was like an hour, 2-hour like segment on TV that they were like, I'd put them all out and get people into it, because we had a lot of episodes to go, so maybe they thought doing it that way.
Yeah.
But this is a Fergie episode, as we're reintroduced to him dancing in his home for his friends. The others are impressed by his moves and compliment his practicing. They say that he's going to definitely win a dance competition that is coming up. And it's stuff like that maybe go, oh my god, this is so Donkey Kong Country. Random shit, random dance competition. However, one of his dance moves go wrong and he destroys his legs. I'm always weirded out. I know the pinatas, and I know we had it, like, it's supposed to be like that, but like, he blows, his legs explode. And then candy comes out, and his friends start eating it. And I'm like, this is gross. It's a little weird, right? It is a little weird. I don't know if I'm ever going to get used to that aspect. We then see Ella. Oh god, I will have to say this. Ella Finalia. Thankfully, once we get used to the characters, I'm dropping the last part and just naming them by the first one. And she's been repaired by Pruitt Profitimo, the island's mechanic. She leaves, and the main pinata cast arrive with Fergie. Pruitt reveals that it will take him a week to fix Fergie, but offers him a loaner pair of legs. He shows the group a different set of legs that don't impress them. We're going to get like a roundabout, like, oh, try these legs, try this. I think this stuff like this is funny. I do find it amusing. I should also note that I think the voice acting for our main cast of pinatas is really strong, and I'm getting used to it, like, particularly in Fergie's voice, because he's been in every episode so far. We also get a weird one here, though. And this was like, our first sign of weirdness. One set of legs are a sexy fishnet stocking, human legs. I went, what the hell?
Well, I mean, what was it? Chicken legs, the fishnet legs.
But then there's like those human legs, but there's sexy legs with red shoes, high heel shoes, and fishnet stockings. So okay, all right, fair enough.
Kid show.
Eventually it's the legs of a cluckles that are chosen, but Fergie has a nightmare controlling them. Hours before the contest is supposed to start, the other pinatas try to help Fergie practice with the out of control legs. It doesn't matter what music they play, the legs can't be controlled. However, Paulie gets an idea and goes and gets a book that works as like a language translator for the legs. And this seems to work as Fergie gets his legs under control. I don't know. We've got like 10 minutes to do this, so let's just get there. We then cut to the competition now starting, and Langston Licketoad introduces Fergie to the stage. Fergie dances. It's a really short dance as well, but it seems to work and he gets really high scores. Mainly because the judges, though, and this did make me laugh, as you see the signs held up, then it cuts round and there are a trio of cluckles, and it's like, well, of course they're going to give it high scores. I did laugh at that. We then get a supercut of other pinatas dancing and getting a range of scores. Some get really low scores. The final contestant is Pruitt, who reveals he's lied and is wearing Fergie's original legs and uses them to dance really well, much to Fergie's fury. And I was like, what a prick.
I know, man.
What a betrayal.
But for report, get him disqualified.
But then I suppose Fergie's doing the same thing, right?
You're true.
He ends up tying with Pruitt, and to determine a winner, they have a boogie off, a dance off, as it were. Pruitt gets to choose the dance and chooses one that only Fergie's legs can do. And Fergie gives his legs some encouragement and manages to pull it off. They then go back and forth, from Fergie choosing a dance meant for him, but they both manage it. This continues until Fergie remembers the dance that broke his legs originally and decides, look, that's what we're going to do next. And with his new legs, Fergie is able to pull it off, but obviously Pruitt fails and breaks the legs again. Fergie won and gets his trophy.
Yep.
A happy ending, so to speak. For some reason, the trophy smells like it's 2 feet, and it's smelling. That's the joke to end it. And that's segment 1.
Yeah.
Like I said, these are short, people. It won't take us long to get through.
No.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it was silly. I thought it had 2 moments that made me laugh. And that's a good thing. The Cluckles holding up the scoreboard and the sexy fish not sticking leg things. And it's like, okay, in 10 minutes you had 2 things to make me laugh. I can't complain about that.
They're short, they're quick, they're entertaining. So
yeah, it is that. I do wonder when we're like 40 episodes deep if we'll still feel the same.
I'm pretty sure we said the exact same thing about Donkey
Kong Country, yeah, same. Well, actually, I'd argue that we kind of hit a low point here, as segment 2 is Horstachio of a different colour, and I don't really care for this one. The main Pinata gang, that's like Paulie and Fergie, are admiring the many trophies of Hudson Horstachio. The expectations is that he will win the Spring Fair Horstachio competition again for the 5th year in a row. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Yeah.
But they're interrupted by the arrival of Simone Cinnamonkey, who appears to be his manager of sorts.
I don't think the names are quite entertaining.
Yeah, they are. They tried to use the weird pinata names and then always tried to give like the same letter but start on with it and have almost a rhyming quality, which I don't mind. She tells Hudson that he's losing bookings and it's because of a new Horstachio on the scene, one called Hamilton. Hudson dismisses it. And he's like, hey, I'm the best, I'm the most good looking, and everybody loves me. And the other pinatas are like, yeah. But we actually do see that Hudson's kind of like...
Yeah, he's like...
a little bit worried. The pinatas are walking around the island and meeting those getting ready for the spring fair. As we then meet Mabel Moozypan, who's like a cow-style one.
Yeah.
And let's just say... she's intense.
Yeah, just a bit.
She's created some sort of machine that's like super powered light, so hot to make plants grow quicker, but it kind of fries the pinatas as well for a bit of comedic. But yeah, she's intense. She kind of chases after these. I can't remember what kind of pinata they are.
The
duck ones.
Yeah,
She chases them all off because they eat her food and like they immediately evolve.
Yeah, change colours. And
they evolve.
Yeah.
Spoilers, that might be relevant to what happens. There's a bit of that from Donkey Kong Country as well, where they set something up at the start that would definitely come back at the end. Later, the pinatas are talking about Hamilton and wondering what makes him so special. They're still supportive of Hudson, but that disappears when Hamilton arrives and reveals himself to be, let's be honest, a dashing Horstachio. He's extremely dashing. Big smile, friendly, cute, proper like hunky, yeah.
His friends are dicks, man.
Yeah, they are dicks, yeah. They are. We then see him in the toilet, though, as he's putting a voice on, calling Simone and cancelling all of Hudson's bookings. He has somehow got hold of the list and is basically trying to cheat to win, disrupt Hudson's life, ruin his confidence, and win this way. I was like, all right, cool. Yeah.
Dirty tactics, yeah.
But somehow, because fuck telling us how any of this matters, they don't have enough time, Paulie, Franklin, and Fergie are in the cubicle next door and have heard this. It's like, okay, how did we go from them admiring him to them following him in the toilet and overhearing this?
Yep.
Odd. Also, the idea that they actually have cubicles and toilets. What?
Yeah,
yeah. They go out and pretend to be his biggest fan and ask to show him around the garden. And he agrees, and they go out and have some fun, but everything they do with him is designed to exhaust them. They're basically trying to exhaust them and make them run out of energy in the hope that that will sway people towards Hudson.
Yep.
Seeing that almost all of his bookings are gone, Hudson is now downbeat. Simone arrives wanting to know what is going on and demands that he pulls himself together. Hudson has decided to pull out of the competition. He's convinced that Hamlin's going to win regardless of what he does. So Hudson in a real funk here.
I like the fact that his agent keeps going about her 10%.
Yes, that is funny. Yes. Simone refuses to let him admit defeat and tries to force him to go out and train. But while outside, sort of lying with his head out the door, Hudson sees the other pinatas laughing with Hamilton. And what I liked here is rather than be like, oh, he gets angry about it and thinks, well, he stole my friends and screw them and screw everyone, as we get a montage of him training for the competition. It's a Rocky montage. No, Hearts on Fire.
Yeah.
Much better, absolutely.
No, I'm surprised I did, because obviously in the B episode, they done, obviously, God Save the Queen. Wouldn't it be funny? They had a little...
Oh, God.
But
is that copyright claim?
Yeah, it would be
Do you
copyright,
mean, like, I can't see God Save the Queen being copyright claimed.
No.
Yeah. That night, the trio of pinatas have exhausted Hamilton to such an extent that he collapses, but ends up under Mabel's massive light torch thing. He sees Mabel's fruit and ends up eating them like crazy. But remember that he evolved a pinata. We then cut to the next day, and it's the Horstachio competition. Hudson arrives late, but looking marvellous. I thought he looked marvellous anyway.
Yeah.
Hamilton now arrives, but he has evolved and looks even better. It looks like he's won easily. Yep, it looks like he's won. However, Mabel arrives furious and accuses him of eating her garden. And it's revealed that he's no longer Horstachio because he evolved into a different creature.
Yep.
Which means Hudson wins by default. Congratulations, Hudson.
Yep.
Everyone is happy, and Simone reveals that his bookings are rolling in again. So yeah, everything's back to normal. The other pinatas now reveal to Hudson that they were trying to help him, and he takes them away to celebrate after realising they were still his friends. All of this while Mabel chases Hamilton around. And you know what puts me off about this episode? It's a weird message to kids. It's a weird message because Hudson wins in a weirdly default way rather than sort of winning by just, or potentially what I thought would be better was losing with grace and just being like, yeah, you know what, you look amazing. Hamilton, being happy for him and so on, but instead he's also as well, the other pinatas cheated. They tried to exhaust Hamilton.
Do you think it also gave a message like you have to change yourself to try and, or like?
No, because that's what happens with Hamilton. I think the fact that the other pinatas trying to cheat for Hudson to win, because Hudson doesn't take, like, he doesn't win. He doesn't win by trying. Like, the message could even be that Hudson tried harder and then won because he tried harder. He pushed on and so on. But that's not there either, because he would have lost, if not by a fucking technicality.
And, well, I mean, it's...
I know I'm overthinking it.
No, of course, but there's only two of them. So, I mean, if there's like maybe another two or three, another three Horstachios there, then maybe you could have...
Because then you could argue Hudson just wins by default regardless.
Yeah, what about the other two?
There should have been a couple more. Strange episode. That's what kind of put me off about it. I didn't really get what its message was, and I think these segments should have a message. You know?
Yeah.
That's the point.
I mean, obviously they've got a lot to try and fit in 10 minutes, and I think they do quite well so far. But obviously,
I agree with you. I think we have a beginning, middle, and end, and that's okay. Sometimes it doesn't always make sense how we get there, but I think you're right. We do have a little bit of the. We do have a beginning, middle, and end. Yeah, that's episode 3, Legs and Horstachio of a different colour. So far, we're doing okay with Viva Pinata. I'm sure we'll continue, but for now, episode 3, you got any thoughts on it? You know what to do. Let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. If you really liked what you saw, consider donating to keep the website and channel running by buying us a coffee via our coffee page or picking up some merch from our Big Cartel store. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as via our social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as listen to our interviews via SoundCloud, Apple Music and Spotify. Just search for GBHBL. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?